Testing, testing, testing. Hi, welcome back. This is Dawn at the Lake, also known as Lakeside Quilt Making Arts, because here at Dawn at the Lake, we are always moving the needle a little bit every day to explore all the different things about the arts of quilt making. And I'm at the lake, so Lakeside Quilt Making Arts and Dawn at the Lake. Enough of that. I just like to make sense of it for people because there's some discrepancy of trying to understand why it says Lakeside Quilt Making Arts in some places and in why in some places it just says Dawn at the Lake. So there it is. It's that simple. I really think maybe I should have named this whole channel Keep Moving the Needle, because that is my motto. So if you ever see a big name change for this channel, that might be what it is. And what are we moving the needle on today? We are moving the needle. Actually, I have moved the needle. I am strategically positioned to cover up something that's behind me that you guys have been on this journey with me for the past, I think, 2 months now. I think there are like 17, and maybe this will be the 18th video in the playlist. And that would be our sleep sack. Before I move my big head so we can take a look at it, and I'm so proud of it, like I want one of these. That's my biggest bragging point about this thing is as I'm putting it together, I'm thinking, geez, maybe I want one of these. Or maybe it's be a nice gift to make for somebody else. Or maybe I could make a coat, a nice quilted coat, because I've kind of enjoyed this whole process. It is a little bit, I won't kid you, it's a little nerve-wracking for me to do garment making because it's just all new to me. I did a much better job constructing the sleep sack this time than I did in the first two. I just paid attention to some things and I knew where I got stumbled up before, so I was able to pay attention to them. This one offered some tricky points. We'll get into that in a minute. Before we go any more into the sleep sack, let me stop and do a couple of bullet points. One of them is at the quilt show. Now you can go, if you have been a member or if you become a member right now before the end of the year, you can download the pick a petal, which you see here behind me that you can see around my head. You can download the file for all the patterns, all of them in one file. You can go ahead and download that as one, I forget how many pages it is, but several pages. Up to now, you just got it 1 month at a time. And so you may have 11 different documents in your files or notebook or wherever you keep it, but now you can just download it as one. I just keep mine in my notes file inside my phone, which translates to my notes on my MacBook too. So I just wanted to relay that because I just noticed that this morning. And then there was another thing. Oh, the video that I put up last week, the last one on Friday, that was the one where we were showcasing Vicki Jo's work. And I talked about the zipper for the sleep sack. It's only like half of her portfolio, but we showcased what, she and I had been discussing. And, I can't even imagine what else there is. Maybe at some point we'll do another video. If this continues as a series, like I'd like for it to, where maybe every month or once a quarter, I'm taking one of you and doing a little feature on kind of what your quilting story is and showcasing some of your work, which I'd love, love, love to do. That speaks to my heart, like big time. And if we keep on doing that, then maybe at the end of the year, then we backtrack and we see what everyone's done since then. So about Vicki's video, it's not getting any views. I don't know why. Clearly, there are some things I need to learn yet about making a video trigger the algorithm, but it's just not getting views. And I don't think there's anything wrong with the thumbnail. I changed it anyway, and I don't think there's anything really wrong with the new one. And I changed the title, hoping that would trigger it. I've changed the tags a little bit. Nothing is really making it get seen. And I don't know why. So would you help me after you're finished watching this and we get to look at this wonderful sleep sack behind me and discuss a few things about it? Would you please, if you've got the time, go and watch that video. It's only got 154 views on it. That just doesn't make sense. And I think Vicki Jo's work deserves to be seen by more than 154 people. So help me out with that if you don't mind. And on that note, I promise you, we're going to get right into talking about this sleep sack. But on that note, I have been asking you guys for comments on my videos because it really helps the channel. And it does. But I also learned that what I'm asking you to do right now is a huge help for the channel. But that's not why I'm asking. it is something that I want. I want this for Vicki. I want Vicki Joe's. Hey guys, I'm sorry about the sudden interruption. I had an interruption. So I decided I should just welcome it as an opportunity to come to the lake. So the sound you hear behind me is the sound of my garden cart. It's got my tripod in it and our lovely subject matter of this video, the sleep sack. I am so excited to show it to you, but honestly, I'm feeling a little somber about it. So I'll explain. Let me get situated. I'm very pleased. I learned some things as I was putting this together, and I want to share those with you in case you do anything. It looks even more awesome, if I may say that, of something I created, than it did before it was all put together. It's just something about whenever you put all your pieces and all your bits together and it becomes one thing, all the little things that were bothering you before just kind of get lost or add character. It's not a big deal. So I was just really, really, really pleased with that aspect of it too, because some of the things that had bothered me don't bother me anymore. And I'll try to find some of those to show you, but I'm going to show you how my zipper works. See, it works just fine. Unzips beautifully. There's a lovely zipper guard. See that? I'm going to turn you a little bit. There you go. See, there's a lovely zipper guard that protects the baby from the zipper. All of my seams are bound. One thing I haven't done that I did with the other one is I stitched that binding down towards the back so it didn't flop around. And it's not like it's flipping and flopping all over the place, but I still like it. I think it's a little tidier. So I might do that yet. I've asked my daughter when I can bring it to them, but I haven't heard back just yet. So one of the things that I've learned, I want you to see, if you can see right there. See the two stops for the zipper? They're not lined up, but it doesn't affect how the zipper works. However, if I was doing this zipper in reverse, like, you know, the way you typically do a zipper from bottom up, then it would matter if I wasn't able to get the top, the other end of the zipper matchy. So there must be some trick to that. I'm not off by much, and it doesn't really matter because my zipper is stopping before it gets there. Also, I did a, let's see if I can show you that. See if I can turn this right side out. Whenever I'm editing, if any of these images that we're capturing out here don't look good, I'll just get some close-ups in the studio. But you can see I did some stitching to cover up the seam between the tops, the two tops and the bottom, and then I covered that with another piece of binding. It's still a little bulky right here, so I'm going to ask my daughter that if the baby seems a little bit uncomfortable, about anything, it might be this. And then I need to come in and put more material there to kind of smooth that out. We wouldn't want her to be uncomfortable in this thing at all, right? And that is out on the front and then probably down at the diaper area. So it just kind of depends on where it hits her, if it's going to be uncomfortable or not. There was something I was going to do to it that I decided I'm not going to do because it matters more to me to be finished than it does to add that element. I need to move on. I want to make my son the koi mug rug that we talked about. And I was thinking about maybe doing that as paper piecing. I don't know, foundation paper piecing maybe. Be my first time to draw up a piece. We'll see. I thought about doing it as improv and then doing some embroidery. I don't know. We'll see. But I need to do that. I need to get back to working on the Mars quilt. I want to make sure my grandbaby gets in this and just finish some things. Trying to that one hand finish this zipper. And this is the other thing I was going to point out to you. So I am trying to get it zipped up. Sorry. There we go. So I'm not using those stops at all. It just comes down to there. I got a flippy floppy little zipper pull, and I don't like that. So what I'm going to do is, if I have some elastic, I'm going to put a little bit of elastic right here, so that, or down here, yeah, like I guess right here, so you can still push the pull down inside the area just beyond where the elastic is, but it will hold that zipper where it is standing up and not flipping and flopping as she's moving around. I mean, that would just, be annoying, wouldn't it? But overall, I'm very happy with this. It looks good, doesn't it? It feels fantastic. I think it was a good call to put the white on the arm openings and the collar, because it just kind of disappears. There's so much going on with all the different colors of the front. There's no need to try to create and draw attention to the armholes themselves. I had thought about using this for the armholes. I liked having this lighter fabric against the neck, but I thought about using that as the armholes, but I thought against it once I got it all put together. It went together beautifully. I really enjoyed it, every bit of it. Like it really speaks to me to kind of come up with an idea and create the story and create that in textile. So I hope there's been something of value to you from this playlist. There is a playlist. This is number 18, I think, or something along those lines. Sorry, my hair is going all over the place. Next time I'll bring some hair bands. Oh, I may have one. Let me see if I have a hair clip. Nope. No, I thought I had a hair clip, but I don't. Every time I look at the roof of this house, I think about a missed opportunity. I think that should have been a mushroom-styled roof. I had the thought too late. I knew that this was kind of where I was going, but it wasn't really hitting the mark. But we just moved on. And we love it as a whole, right? Okay, now for a third background for you guys. Hopefully 3 times is the charm. We are now here in front of the Mars quilt because a lot of the audio from the lake just wasn't usable. The wind was just too bad. So a few of the things I had said that the wind did not want me to say is that there was something I told you I was wanting to do. I decided it was more important to me to be finished than it was to add that element. And that was that wheat stack that was in the original design. But now that I have the cotton here, I don't think it worked as well. It would work well up here, to bring some of that yellow up here, to have the stem come up, and then you have some wheat fronds, maybe, I guess you might call them, that would come out in 2 or 3 different directions. Bring some of this yellow and bring it into this blue. That would be really pretty, but I decided not to do it. I need to be done. I want to move on to the Mars quilt. I got to make something for my son for his birthday. It's next week. It's okay. It's okay that everything that we originally thought of didn't happen. Things that we didn't think of did happen. Some of those we weren't happy with at the time, like this. And this is one of the things that the wind didn't want me to say to you. This was a missed opportunity. Every time I look at this is probably the only thing that I think I wish I could fix. And I can't really fix it without undoing everything. If this was a showpiece, you would do it. It's not, and that's okay. But I think this roof should be like a mushroom shape. Like this whole log cabin house should be like a little gnome house. That would really be a magical, enchanted place, which is what I've named this quilt. Remember that I named it the Enchanted Place or the Enchanted Home after Winnie the Pooh. And because of that, I put a W right here in the middle of this house. There's a W in there. Don't know if you guys can see that from there. I'll get you a close-up of it. I think it's really sweet to have a W in there. And it's just, free motion quilted. I'm glad it turned out. It turned out well enough, The only other thing that I think I could have done better for this quilt is if I had not created like a bucket down here, like if it had just been a left side and a right side, and the zipper came all the way down. And now that I think about it in retrospect, I think that's what my daughter wanted. She didn't say that. I don't think that the one that she still has. You know, I've shown you the one I have of the two I made for my granddaughter. You know, it was shaped like this. I don't think the other one was just a left and a right side with a zipper at the bottom. I don't think so. Maybe it was. I'm sure she was wanting it to unzip from the bottom so that she can do those nighttime diaper changes much easier, right? But I think she'll still be able to do that, you know, being able to unzip it from the bottom here. But that's the only other thing, is it probably should have just been a left side and a right side and not have this bucket at the bottom. I'm very pleased with it. Now that I'm up here with all these toys in the bonus room, you know, I may position in a couple places and see if I can get some decent photography for it. It's just hard to get decent photography out of something that is flat, that is meant to be worn, and it not just look like it's just laundry laying around, right? That's it for this video, my friends. Thanks for hanging in there with me and coming along for the journey. I promise to be as transparent, and, you know, that makes me very vulnerable sometimes because people like to be opinionated whenever you are. That's okay. I just want you to see what the journey is. That's what this whole channel is about. It's about sharing the journey of learning and growing and discovering and diving into all the arts of quilt making. And, of course, moving the needle every chance we get. Thank you for being here. I hope to see you in the next one. And please go check out Vicki Jo's video. Millie's Dresses is the beginning of the title. I don't know what's going on with it. It has had a few more views on it since I shot the video yesterday, saying there was only 154. I think there's like 163 or 164 now. But that's not typical performance, and I don't know why. So please help Vicki Jo out. Help me out. Thank you so very much for being on this journey with me. I do enjoy you guys so very much. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.